In this video, we're going to have the Metaverse Bloktopia crypto explained. Will Bloktopia make millionaires? Is it going to 100x? Will Bloktopia become the next Decentraland? Because we saw where Decentraland came from and where it is right now. So we want to wonder, is Bloktopia gonna follow that trend? Here is the Bloktopia light paper. It was published on 2021 of July. Right now it is February 2022, so it's pretty recent. So as you can see, Bloktopia is built on Polygon. It's a decentralized metaverse built and backed by the Polygon network. And you could see that that is great because we don't have to deal with the insane gas fees we would have to deal with if it was built on Ethereum. But what they projected here in their white paper or their light paper is that the global metaverse market is projected to reach 280 billion by 2025. So that's what I feel is going to happen because I'm really bullish on the metaverse. A lot of people think it's a scam, but you know, they also thought the internet was a scam, and where is the internet now, right? So if we take a look at this here, Bloktopia is not a world. It's basically a world inside a VR crypto skyscraper. And that metaverse is comprised of what they called real estate blocks that can be purchased and governed by the block token holders. So the native token of Bloktopia is going to be block, and holders will be called Bloktopians. The skyscraper is made up of 21 levels, and that is in recognition of the 21 million Bitcoins. And it's going to be a central hub that welcomes all people of all crypto experience, from new users to seasoned users, veterans of cryptos. It's going to be there for everybody. With all metaverses, Bloktopia will allow their users to monetize with advertising and sponsorship. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but that provides them an opportunity to share in the revenue generation that is going to be mainly done by Bloktopia. We'll take a look at that later, but people can educate themselves at the same time on the basics of crypto or engage in more advanced learning, earn revenue through real estate ownership, advertising revenue, play games, build networks, and more. So we're going to talk more about real estate and advertising a little bit later because with Bloktopia, how they do advertising, it's much different than all the other metaverses, which is very fascinating to me. So we'll take a look at that later. We see here, Bloktopia is built with 4 principles: learn, earn, play, and create, which basically is pretty self-explanatory. Learn, what's happening is, along with YouTube, Twitter, and other crypto sources of education, Bloktopia is trying to position themselves in the same kind of education space, right? And I just got to say that when I first started with crypto, I don't know where to go. And I really started with IM Academy. That is where I learned about trading, charts, NFTs, metaverses, things that I really talk about on this channel all the time. Even now, I'm learning a lot from them, being with them for more than a year now because of repetition. When I've listened to something for the first time, it doesn't stick. Second time, doesn't stick. 99th time, it still doesn't stick, but the 100th time, oh, I finally got it. So that's what you really got to do. And if you want to learn more about them, check them out in the pinned comment or the description below, or even schedule a free call with me to discuss specifically about what IM Academy is and what it can offer you. Wondering about how I found out about Bloktopia? Well, it's how I found out about Cardano when it was 20 cents when I bought in through IM Academy. When it comes to earn, real estate, staking, advertising, and even NFTs will be some ways that you can earn on Bloktopia. When it comes to play, well, what's happening, guys? We are starting to see that metaverses, it's gonna be like next level social media on steroids. What people will do is they'll hop on the metaverses. That's where they will network. That's where they'll play games. That's where they'll hang out. That's where they'll chat, and etc. For the create principle, games, NFTs, art, scenes, applications, they will give you an NFT builder to allow you to build these things if you choose to, right? So this is where I place my bets on where a lot of NFTs will come from for Bloktopia. When it comes to entering Bloktopia, what you need to do is create your own Bloktopia wallet. So users can create a Bloktopia wallet via your email or social media with 2FA, two-factor authentication. So they have the same thing what you're already used to. The Bloktopia wallet will act as your passport within Bloktopia, and that's where your block tokens will be stored. Now, one great thing about the wallet is that it's going to support multiple blockchains such as Poly, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and many others. And it is also one of the only wallets that allows you to store and view ERC-1155 NFTs. Warning you guys, when you make a wallet with Bloktopia, I don't want you to use any of these services, even the emails that are related to Google, because a lot of us use Gmail. I am slowly getting off of Gmail and going on to PROTONMAIL, and you can read more about this. I'm going to drop this link of why PROTONMAIL in the description below. But basically, with PROTONMAIL, what happens is that with Google, if you use Google, your email is basically unencrypted, which means they can read it. That is how they mine your data and sell it to people who want your data, who you may not want to sell it to, right? So if somebody really doesn't like you and they want to put a hit on you or something, then they can get that through Google. But anyways, with PROTONMAIL, if you get encrypted email, that means that they can't read your email. They can't really read any of the data, any of the messages you send with PROTONMAIL. So that is why I'm slowly getting off of Gmail, because PROTONMAIL is made with cryptography, which means that the same technology that goes into blockchain, that is the same technology that they made PROTONMAIL with. That's not the case with all these other email providers such as Gmail, AOL. Is AOL even exist? Yahoo Mail, things like that. It's really caught my eye, the Drive. If this is anything like Google Drive, that might be something that's really good, because keeping your secret keys and stuff in Google Drive, that is just in plain text. Anybody could read that. If some employee from Google decides to read your docs and read your keys, you're screwed. But with Proton Drive, they're not probably going to be able to do that. So that is something that's really interesting. I'm going to definitely take a look into that. So if you want to check out PROTONMAIL, just use the link in the description or pinned comment below. They'll take you to PROTONMAIL where you could sign up and register. Let's talk about this being a tower game. I really think that Bloktopia drew a lot of its influences from anime and manga. I'm really big on anime and manga, and I really like the stories where the main character has to climb a tower, kind of like Tower of God. And if you know what that is, let me know in the comments below. I think the idea is just so similar here, because when you start off at level 1, floor 1, ground floor. And this is where all the big players like CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, a lot of the crypto influencers will live. And this place is prime real estate because everybody has to start off at level 1, which means that everybody will have to see your advertising. On floor 21, that will be exclusively used for gaming, where you can earn block. And it can go from anywhere from, I don't know, playing Monopoly to gambling. What I think will be most interesting for most people will be the real estate in Bloktopia, right? And real estate in Bloktopia is called blocks. Purchasing real estate within Bloktopia is known as a REBLOK. And you can really buy real estate in Bloktopia with blocks. Obviously the currency within Bloktopia, right? And the funny thing about this is that they have different types of ownerships, right? They have sole ownership, where a block real estate is represented and owned via single NFTs, and they have joint ownerships, where a block real estate is represented by multiple NFTs. And it should be noted that an investor can purchase multiple NFTs. Like any real estate in real life, you can sell your real estate, you can rent it out, you can do renovations and do whatever you want with your real estate. But if the real estate is jointly owned, then the decision of what to do with that real estate, whether you lease it, rent it, or sell it, that's going to have to be made through voting, because multiple people owns that real estate through a joint NFT ownership, right? So that's going to be how it works. Take a look at Bloktopia on CoinGecko. You could see that they have a huge max supply. We'll talk about that later when we do another video on Bloktopia. We're not going to talk about that now. But they have 200 billion max supply. The price right now is pretty good, right? At 0.02 cents or 2 cents, 0.02 cents. But anyways, you can take a look at the chart and see where they were. They had an all-time high of 17 cents. And right now they're trading 85% below their all-time high. So I think that would count as a pretty good price. Whether you want to buy it or not, that's really up to you. It is kind of a bull season with everything just ramping up right now, but whether you buy it or not, it's still pretty cheap if you're planning to hold it for the long term and you're on Polygon. Just remember that the market, because one person will always ask me, where can you buy this coin? Well, watch the entire video and you'll find out. And you can buy Bloktopia in these markets: KuCoin, Gate.io, QuickSwap, OKX, and BitGet. Whenever you're wondering where you can get a certain token, just go to CoinGecko, find the coin, go to markets. That's where you can get the coin. That's all I got for today. Hope you got something for today. Bloktopia is a really cool token, not just because it came from an anime or manga, I think, but that's also one reason why I really like it. But like I'll describe in future videos, there is other opportunities for you to make big bucks with Bloktopia, and that is through advertising, where you can't just sit back and collect passive income while they do most of the work. And who doesn't want that? Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, can you please show your love, show your support by smashing the like button, smashing the subscribe button. If you don't like it, then just forget about it. Other than that, please check out these other videos on cryptocurrencies and passive income. And remember guys, continue working, continue building, continue inspiring. See you next time.